As voting for Bihar Assembly election ends, the Mahagathbandhan led by RJDs are likely to unseat Nitish Kumar-led alliance government in the state. India Today Access My India exit poll has predicted a clear majority for the Mahagathbandhan. The poll predicts 139 to 161 seats for the alliance led by Tejashwi Yadav with 44% vote share. The exit poll predicts less than 100 seats for the NDA alliance in the state, which is led by incumbent Nitish Kumar. According to the projection, the NDA is expected to get 69 to 91 seats. The exit poll predicts 39% vote share for the NDA. The Lok Jan Shakti Party, led by Chirag Paswan, that quit the NDA alliance, is projected to get only 3 to 5 seats.
Access My India and India Today are projecting and will put out the vote share and the seat share numbers one by one, starting with the projected vote share numbers in Bihar. 39% vote share for the NDA. Rajdeep, they were hoping for around 43 to 45.
44% for the Mahagathbandhan. So there's a 5% gap, Rahul, and now it clearly means in a predominantly two-party or two-alliance race, when there's a 5% gap, that's outside in a way the margin of error. And LJP 7%. So damaging in a way, because 7% could have made all the difference.
But the GDSF, you need to pay attention to this party because this is Kushwaha, Mayawati and OVC together. The NDA's calculation was they'll be around 8 to 10. They're 6% less. If they'd pulled away more of the Gathbandhan vote, the anti-government vote, then the situation could have been slightly different. It in the end isn't. Let's call up now for the first time the seat share numbers.
Okay, so as you look at it, 39%, 44%, 7%. Imagine if that 7% was with the NDA, they would be 46%, assuming that the LJP would take its votes to the NDA. GDSF, as you said,
they would have taken majority of the votes.
Sure, Kushwaha's 8% of Bihar's population, remember, but 4% only of the votes, 6% others. But the big question, how is all of this translating into the real numbers? 243-member assembly in Bihar, and the first big number, Rahul, is?
The NDA is projected, according to Access My India and India Today, to bag only between 69 and 91 seats, which means Badlav ki bahar hai in Bihar this time.
Which means the halfway point around 80. Look at this, 139 to 161 for the Mahagathbandhan. Tejashwi Yadav, if our numbers hold, at 31 years, will be the youngest chief minister that Bihar has ever had. Lalu's son has stepped out of his father's shadow. Clearly, he is the man to watch. 139 to 161, which means halfway point, Rahul, is 152.
122.
150.
150 is the midpoint of this. Yes.
So midpoint means that effectively you're inching towards a two-thirds majority. Top end is a two-thirds majority.
When he was in the IPL with the Delhi Daredevils, he was a failed cricketer.
He was.
But when he's in the Indian political league, leading his own team into the battlefield for the first time without the shadow of his father, Tejashwi Yadav has just won the IPL of Bihar according to the Access My India.
Let's put all those numbers out, because remember, LJP 3 to 5, and that means that while Chirag is getting 7% vote, he's only getting 3 to 5 seats.
That's not what is important, Rajdeep, in the case of Tejashwi Yadav. Tejashwi Yadav, ladies and gentlemen, according to this poll, could damage the NDA's prospects. Chirag Paswan could damage the NDA's prospects in between 30 to 42 seats. The gap between the winner and the runner-up is less than the vote share registered by the LJP candidate. Remember, Access My India is a seat-by-seat poll.
Sure, and let's look at the others who are also 3 to 5. So clearly the others are taking vote percentage, their vote katwas, they are not getting enough seats. And given these numbers, they probably would not have made that much of a difference as they were hoping. What would Chirag's ideal situation be? A hung assembly where the BJP becomes dependent. That's not happening, because when you look at these numbers, Rahul, and now we look at it over 243 seats. When you look at over 243 seats, as you spread it across Bihar, when one side has as much as 139 to 161, it's a done deal.
Maushmi Singh is now joining us, reporting from Tejaswi's residence in Patna. Maushmi, our exit poll suggesting Tejaswi could perhaps be the youngest chief minister that Bihar has seen, the Mahagathbandhan getting a majority, according to the exit poll that one can really count on, which is the India Today Access poll. Does it look like on the ground, in terms of the voter sentiment, this fair amount of anti-incumbency that is setting in?
Clearly, Chaiti, if you go by the India Today My Access poll, it is clearly a thumbs up for Tejashwi Yadav, and he's turned out to be the master blaster on the pitch of Bihar. And of course, the RJD and the Mahagathbandhan, the leaders we spoke to yesterday, were quite enthused and were on the seventh heaven as far as the exit poll was concerned. But they also held on to their horses because of the fact that they've always critiqued our exit polls. But despite that fact, we've seen a lot of backroom meetings that are happening in the RJD. We saw from Manoj Jha to other leaders actually, running into 10 Circular Road, the residence of the Yadavs. And clearly, this time round, Tejashwi Yadav, without the poster or the picture of Lalu Prasad Yadav, has scored a big trophy as far as the polls go. We'll have to wait and see how actually it pans out. But importantly, there has been a lot of, internal strife in the JDU camp after our exit polls were out. And yes, as you asked, we've seen there was a lot of dissatisfaction, a lot of anti-incumbency, particularly, there was dissatisfaction with the performance of Nitish Yadav. There was a set of boredom in the voters as far as ground zero is concerned, Chaiti.
All right, Maushmi, leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining us with the very latest details.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.